Hello YouTubians and fellow hobbyists, welcome to the best way to start your weekend. I'm your host Gary G, me and my production team.
Woohoo!
Oh, give me a little bit more.
Woohoo!
We hope you had a nice week. And in today's show we want to talk about the Rusty Wasp and how I came up with the name for the build. But first, as always, the riddle! In which year was the first supercharger built? 1878, 1898, or 1918? The answer, as always, end of the show. This week we continue with the Rusty Wasp. A lot of scratch buildings going on this time, but see for yourself. Down in the garage. Yeah, here in the garage we continue with the rear end of our hot rod. Next step, some brackets for the differential and the rear axle. We needed a housing for the gearbox and the drive shaft. And that's it for this week. So now back in the studio. This week I want to explain how I came up with the name of this build. After the Porsche 918 box stock build, I needed to be more creative. It just it held back all my creativity. So I decided to build a red rod with a lot of scratch built parts. At this point I actually had no clue what's the name of this project. I just want to be creative and do a lot of scratch building. So I had no clue what I actually want to go with until I finished the rear end of the car with all those little humps, and it reminded me on an insect, especially on a wasp. And that's how I came up with the name of the Rusty Wasp. And now let's figure out what's the answer in the riddle. In this week's riddle, we're going to talk about the world's first functional and actually tested engine supercharger. It was made by Dugald-Clerk and it was used for a two-stroke engine. But in which year? See in the riddle. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Car Dreams in Styrene. Hopefully it will inspire you to make your own crazy builds. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at the same time. And don't forget, love and friendship, something you can't buy. Respect all people. Keep that hobby alive. See you next Saturday, though.
See you next Saturday.
Yeah, see us next Saturday. Saturday. If parts have to put on together, blah blah blah. If parts have to be put together, if parts have to be put together, lined and straight up, well, that can be a challenge. What?